Oh there, YouTubers. This is going to be really out of the ordinary, but it's something that got to be done. We're digging potatoes and rocks and weeds. So I dig them by hand, the rocks and the weeds. And the reason they're down here in this little place, which I've shown you in the past, is because the deer took to liking potatoes. And so as the deer like potatoes, had to change the plans a little bit. And the plants didn't look that good. I didn't know how it was going to turn out down here. But even those 300-foot rows up at the top, I would dig by hand. This mulch is it's not as good as the mulch up there that I used to plant in, but it's pretty soft stuff. And you can just kind of go through there and route out the potatoes, kind of like a hog, I guess, would route out things. Not very good potatoes this year, but plenty enough for us. We've kind of cut back on carbohydrates, I guess, and marbles. Got some marbles coming in. But you can see, I make that mulch down there out of a little bit of everything. Boy, we ain't getting many here at all. I did dig a few out of this row already. We'll show you a basket we got out of the row that this basket is in now that I just dug, and decided I'd do a video of it. Now I bet you nobody would dig a 300-foot row of potatoes by hand other than a nut like me. There's a that one got down in there pretty deep. I hope it's big for all the I'm going after. Nah, it really ain't that big. But we'll dig a row, maybe a little bit more in a row, and I kind of take the rocks out as I find them and put them in the bucket over there, and then end up putting the rocks on the road. You never have enough rocks on the road. Some people buy their rocks in dump trailers and put them on the roads. I dig them up. I do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. But you can see this stuff is easy to dig through. It's good for your fingernails. Yeah, I don't know why more women don't do this for their fingernails. I mean, look at they put mud packs on their face. It'd be beautiful if they did this. Maybe I should rent my field out here so they can dig potatoes. What do you think? Then I'll put all those plants out there in the lawn, and the deer will pick through them, and what they don't get, I'll just run over with a mower. They're pretty much up in the apple trees and pear trees. The squirrels are cleaning the pear trees real strong right now. So you pick these rocks up, and after you're done, you'll get a bucket of them. This row isn't yielding a whole lot. But we'll store probably 4 of those crates over. We'll overwinter those 4 crates. How'd a potato get in there? That potato separator isn't doing very good. There's a not yielding very good here at all. It's a little, I think they like it drained a little bit more than it is down at that end of this garden. Another storm coming in. Had a storm last night. You wouldn't tell it. The dirt's pretty dry here still already. Got about 1/4 of an inch. Kind of keeps the dust down this time of the year, I guess. Pick some weeds out, throw them over the hill. This isn't very good digging here at all. The last row was a pretty decent row. Now we'll let them sit outside till they dry, then take them into the basement, separate them into marbles and middle ones. And the basement's pretty cool. Then once it cools down real cool, we'll put them in the garage. Keep them covered so the sun doesn't turn them green. They get warm, they sprout. They get sun, they turn green. This row isn't, oh no, there's a decent one. Get enough to winter over. Can you hear the thunder in the background, guys? It's coming, but the ground is hot. There's Big Rock. We've got a dry spell. We did dig a few out of these first rows. If I hit a spot where I dug them out, then I'm not going to get anything. If it's not a place that I dug it out, I was just a bad farmer there. So I can't tell you which one's which. This ain't like the olden days. If you go back through some of the old videos, you'll see us digging potatoes that are twice as big as your hand. Used potato digger a couple times. Then found it was just about as easy to dig it by hand. Somebody keeps putting weed seeds in my garden. Ooh, there's a big rock. Oh, Lordy. The rock bucket's getting heavy. There's another big rock. Maybe I get some big potatoes. Nope. There's a nice one. You know, when you're done, we'll get several nice ones. Just got to make it through Thanksgiving and Christmas, I guess. Might have to have hash browns for breakfast tomorrow. Ain't much here. Medium one. This other row, this next row looks to be better. We'll have to dig that next row. Just to see if it's better. This row here is kind of fading out. You're going to have to move that camera up this way, dear. They can't see it.
I got to go. I'm having an allergic reaction on my arm.
To work? What'd you run into? Do you think you ran into one of those IO worms?
Maybe.
You want me to drive you up there?
No. Your camera's still running.
Yeah, that's good. Nobody can see anything, but it's good that it's running. We're gonna you're gonna get a whole video of digging potatoes here. I think that's where I'm at. We're only 8:53. See, it doesn't take too long to dig a row of potatoes. She got something on her arm. There's these things called IO caterpillars. And they're real notorious for being in corn. And she had a rash on her arm. And it's acting up, so she had to... I lost my cameraman. I finally thought I had a camera person. And they're gone. Getting cloudy. I just planted over in the garden. We just took out a couple old squash plants and put in some new ones that hopefully they'll produce. It takes them about 50 days. There's a nice one. I'll tell you what, the clouds are coming in fast now. Before we came down here, we checked and there was no nasty weather on the... No, I put the potatoes in the wrong place. There was no nasty weather on the forecast at all. No sign of rain at all. But that's how things pop up in the summertime. You just never know when something's gonna get you. I don't know if you can hear that thunder in the background. Not bad, it's pretty far off. Rock. Sometimes I don't have a good... That's that row. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. This is the, that row there didn't do as good as that row. We're gonna dump these in here and go up that other row. They're decent potatoes. I mean, there's a lot of little ones. Huh. Piece of bark. Don't know how that got there. Now we'll go down and come up this other row. I know the beginning of the row we were digging potatoes up, so there ain't gonna be anything in the beginning of that row. But I'll redo it just for the heck of it. Yeah, I can see where I've dug up into there, but I'll go through there just to check. It won't take much time. It's starting to be, it's pretty nice out here right now. The sun's behind them rain clouds. So I don't know where you are in the camera, or I don't know where the camera is. I guess I didn't dig all of them here. I don't know if this part's in your show or not. Yeah, the ground's wet here. This is downhill, so I can... But potatoes kind of like it to dry out and drain out. That one don't look like it's worth it. I think I must have started up there further, I don't know. What's nice about digging them out this way is when I used to dig them with a potato digger, they roll around a chain and they get all boogered up. This way here, the only thing that boogers them up is your fingernails. And believe it or not, I trim the fingernails before I do this because you'll roll a fingernail back in a heartbeat. And you can feel the potatoes a lot. You can feel them when you hit one most of the time. You kind of glance off of them. A rock, they don't glance off quite as good. Thought I felt one there. Guess not. I hope you're still in there. Don't know. I just turned it from the bottom like I do in the back in the sawmill. This is where I think I might have dug some already. Got some rocks. I don't see any potatoes here, so I might have dug these already. Ugh. The rock bucket is getting heavier. Yeah, this is too loose. These were dug, but I don't think they were dug too far. So we'll keep digging. I think I better step up the speed a little bit, even though the sun's coming back out. I thought this row would produce better than this. It looked better up there. This is what we do. This is why I'm not working on the sawmill today. Let's see. That's got at the beginning of the dig, so it'll get up a little bit. I don't know if you guys are picking up on that. Sometimes it'll focus in on it. Sometimes it won't. We'll just keep digging. And rocking. Oh, I felt one, I guess not. Don't know what time I'll put this movie on. I got a whole lot of other movies I might put on before this. I might just put this as a break of action off that clutch. Doing that clutch job. I think I'm going to finish this row and get the heck out of here. Even though I could use a shower about now. Believe me, I know. Oh, there's a big rock over there. There's a rock. There's a rock. If you think all this a rock, I'd find some oil. What the heck's wrong with my A-rocks? Man, wouldn't it be neat to be Jed clamping about now? Oh, that's a nice one. Boy, you can feel that weather cooling down real quick. Yeah, I could be doing this like Jed Clampett. Just out shooting some dinner. I'm getting dinner. Counts. Oh, Lordy. The rock bucket's getting heavy too. There's another good one. I think he might be on a camera range by now. I hope you're in there. Don't know. If you're not in the camera, apologize. But now I'm just trying to get these things done before I get hammered. Well, this row didn't do as much as I thought it was going to do. Well, I've still got a couple feet to go. Maybe I'll get lucky. Ain't like the good old days, buddy. You get a basket like this about every 10 feet full when I planted them up at the top. But like I said, the deer got them all last year. Deer never ate potatoes. And last year, they cleaned all my potatoes out. And to see if, just kind of a sample, I had some potatoes. I had, I don't know, about 10 pounds of potatoes planted down there in the mulch pile just to see. And sure enough, they never got more than an inch out of the ground and they were gobbled up. So I guess they got a taste for potatoes, and once they get a taste for something, that's all she wrote. Oh, there's one turning green. It's kind of getting sun bleached. We'll move that up there. Move the camera. I think we'll be going through that stage. I don't think we're going to make this a 30-minute video, to be honest with you. It's pretty close. But if you do this, I put my mulch in here, and the mulch is a mixture of grass clippings, leaves that I vacuum up from the year before, and sawdust. And it just turns the ground to a real nice mix. I mean, I don't put the mulch in. I actually plant the potatoes in it. I cut a big deep V, and then put the potatoes in it, kind of not so deep. I plant the potatoes by hand. Been doing that for a long time. Used to have a potato planter, don't anymore. Sold it, sold the digger, sold about everything, downsizing. I do this with gloves, but you can't feel the potatoes. Every now and then you'll get a sharp rock that'll get you, but not too often. I don't know if you guys can feel the darkness coming in, but it is there. I can throw the weeds in the rock bucket. I don't think the rocks will mind. I know I dug that into this row. I can tell that too. Potatoes don't really go down that far. I guess that's why you hill them, and these were hilled up pretty good. I held them up a couple times, but you can't hill them. It's a whole lot different hilling with a rake and a hoe than it is with tractor and disc. I can tell you that. There's one that's escaped there. Pretty good one. Guys, that's about it. That's what we got. I gotta get these up and get the camera out of here. That's what we got. That was pretty much empty when it was full. That one now is over full, so I'm gonna put some of those into here. Well, I'll do it this way. Put them on the back of the Kubota and take them up for drying. They gotta dry before you put them away. Most of the time, you just leave them in the crate. By the time you're done digging in the day, they're dry. There's a lot of nice ones. There's a lot of marbles. People like different sized potatoes. But that's 3 rows. I got one more row to go, but that ain't gonna be today. Well, that's it for today, for this video. I wanted to get some other stuff done, but she wanted to dig potatoes, dig potatoes, and then she disappeared. I think I got played. Leave me a comment if you think she played me, man. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see what's next on these glorious outings. Hit the bell icon and it'll give you a notification, which I guess most of you knew that except for me. So thanks for coming along. Bye-bye.